Hello, friendos! I know, it's a crazy change of appearance. I am doing a slightly different format in video, so please bear with me. You'll also notice that I am back after quite a long while of being away, and I do apologize to everyone. I am starting a new series that I personally am invested in, and I was generally interested in creating as well. I'm going to be doing story series. What I'm going to be doing in particularly is I'm going to be telling you all different stories and experiences I've had within the fandom, and I really want to share these stories because I don't get to talk about them enough. So with that being said, we're going to start with episode 1, which is how I got started into the fandom. I joined into the fandom in 2008. I was actually playing video games, specifically Halo 3, with a bunch of individuals on Xbox Live who were all pretty cool people. And then towards the end of us playing video games together, one of the individuals who named themselves Caboose actually talked a bit about the whole furry fandom thing. And all the individuals who were playing with Caboose, they actually were all furries as well. So I ended up actually getting to get into the fandom through Halo, and basically he explained it to me and told me a lot about like what the fandom was, and actually got to basically show me some art back then, which was basically I think it was just some crystal art piece or something. I actually ended up learning more about it and getting deeper into it. At the time I was roughly like 14 or 13. I ended up getting to know all these individuals, and they taught me a lot about the furry fandom, and as time would continue, I needed to create a character. There was this thing back in the day for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 of a clan that I was in called the Foxes, because we didn't use guns. All we did was run around and knife people continuously. I got very good at not using a gun. But what we ended up doing, I originally created Mark to be an Arctic fox, and I didn't actually enjoy the concept of me being an Arctic fox. It was more of just a, hey, I'm in a fox guild, but that character would soon be replaced by a husky. And the reason why I chose a husky in particular was because I took a Myers-Briggs personality test and found out I acted more like a dog than I could ever act like a fox. So I ended up creating Mark Smith, who in the very early stages was just a white dog husky, and it would take a little bit of time for me to come up with the blue markings. And you may be asking why specifically, a white husky. Well, for some reason my head clicked with, I really enjoy cold weather, so white. And then the blue came because I really like the color blue. So I ended up creating Mark Smith, and this is in the very, very, very young me, but you can tell by this picture that Mark has never changed. He's always had the same markings. Granted, his hair changed a little bit and he became less edgy over time, but originally I created Mark as somewhat of a character that I wanted to be. And at the time, I wanted to be in the military or in some government official thing, and I really wanted to be something more than what I was at the time, which, I was 14 in high school, or just starting high school, so there really wasn't much more for me to want to be other than what I was. And as time would continue, I would start to get more into things like Gaia Online, for those of you who remember it, as well as Second Life and a bunch of the other early furry video games, and even some of the more older things like Telnet. For those of you who are old enough to remember what Telnet was, bad idea. Don't do Telnet, kids. But this was the origin of Mark, and this is what I wanted to become later in life. And it's kind of crazy because as these stories continue and these videos continue, you'll find that a lot of the things that I wanted out of Mark became true in my own. It's not too grand of a story, not too crazy, but I figured it's something that I haven't talked about in a video, and a lot of people don't really know a lot about me as far as, you know, my own personal life as well as my furry life. So this is something that I wanted to try to do, both to extend my creative habits and try something new and try to see with something I can, you know, really bolster down and enjoy editing and creating, as well as giving some information about myself. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you have any comments, questions, concerns, please comment them down below, or any questions that you have that you would like to have answered in a future video, please drop them down below, and I'll do my best to either respond to them in text or I'll respond to them in a video. So with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. I know this is a shorter video, but I appreciate it regardless. Thank you all so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.
There's